video. The mother was saved. That boy had gotten both grandmother. Pray over him. But the father was a Greek. The mother had prayers. The father had altars. Paul came and took him. Paul adopted him. And Paul began to engage him. How come a young man like that with a background that were contradictory? Timothy became the first bishop. He became a bishop of 43,000 members at the age of 36. Timothy enjoyed a level of acceleration, progression, and speed coming from that kind of background. What did Paul do to him? What did Paul tell him? What did he address? That he ended up. Do you know all along, there's been a contention. If you're a pastor, maybe you know this. Or if you're not just a pastor, if you're a Bible school guru, you know that there's been a contention on who wrote the book of Hebrews. People didn't know if it was Paul. Do you know I found out it was Timothy? Yes. I was doing a study. I think I got to Hebrews 13:25 when the book closed. It was a version that now exposed it. Yes, a version after Amen, a version exposed it, letter written to the Hebrews in Italy by Timothy. Go through all your different versions. You will see one of the versions that exposed it. That letter written to the Hebrews in Italy. Because, that's where it was in Italy, the books were written to. By Timothy. I yelled. I said, Jesus. So this guy, but how come some of the statements were sounding as though it was Paul that was talking? Whatever I'm telling you, you see, my messages are not what you hear anywhere. They're not what you hear. I said, but this sounded like the revelations of Paul by Timothy. When I read the versions, because I read Bible in different versions and all of that, and I read it, and I see towards the end, when he said amen, he opened a bracket and said this, and close it. Whatever I'm telling you now, do a study. It blew my mind. How come this young man had this kind of life? Despite that, do you know Timothy had a problem with his health? He had a tummy problem. That is why you got this confusion. Take a little wine for their stomach's sake. Or people are drinking about and all of that nonsense. Timothy had a health challenge that Paul rather managed. There were so many limitations in the life of that young man that could have made him end up as a failure, but a guide. I began to advise him. Began to talk to him. 1 Timothy 1:18. 1 Timothy 1:18. 1 Timothy 1:18. Read it loud and clear. 1 to go. Stop. Read it together.